All right, we're doing a one-story house, 3-tab shingles, prefab through and through, fireplace chimney inspection, exterior inspection for, more than likely we're looking at water-related issues exclusively on these things. From the yard looking up, nothing really caught my eye other than the counter flashing. Look at that counter flashing down there. That's kind of suspect, so we'll see about that. It probably at a minimum needs to have the replacement of the roofing nails, or actually some of those gasketed self-tapping screws, replacing the roofing nails to cinch that down. Also, you're seeing some signs of rusting on it also, which is not a good thing. So once again, we're going to be doing a water inspection on this fireplace. As you can see, a piece of counter flashing has, somebody put some roofing patch on it, it appears, at some point in time, so maybe they had some water leak. I mean, you kind of sleuth when you see this, but where the roofing patches came off, blistered up, now it's rusting on that. Although it doesn't look like it's rusted all the way through, but you can see where the nails have pulled up. They also put the roofing patch around the sides here, so that's indicative they must have been getting some water around the chimney. Some of the bottom of the trim work is rotted. Some of the bottom of the siding is rotted. That is it doesn't look like any of this is hardy plank, so it's not unusual that this stuff is original and that it gets to the point where it needs to be replaced. Now we're looking at the chase top. We're also looking at the storm collar, looking at the chimney cap, looking at the flue liner, and we are looking at the neck of the chase top, which I don't know if you can see. The neck of the chase top is underneath here. This is a continuous piece. I can see this wasn't one where they spot welded all of this piece separately. This was crimped up actually at the shop. So that's actually good. Although it probably wouldn't hurt to run a bead of caulk through that. As you can see, look at this, it's moving. That's because directly underneath this is just an air pocket. So that's why it's really important to make sure that any caulking or whatnot, or it's beveled to where you don't have water penetration coming in. On the storm collar, this is the storm collar. On this, the caulking looks like it's probably ready to be scraped off and reapplied. It looks like it is. I mean, even looking on the side there, you can see where you got a hairline separation there, and that's enough for a small amounts of water to come rolling down the outside. This pipe goes all the way to the top of the chimney on the inside. You can't ever see it because it's above, but water will triculate all the way down this and get to the bottom there, and then it'll work in the back corners of the prefab unit and rust it out. It's galvanized metal. The only thing that's stainless on most of these fireplaces, and this is not stainless steel, but further down your flue, and I'm not seeing it, the top piece is not stainless, but further down the flue should be stainless steel. The flue is actually inside that cavity that you're looking at there. This is your chimney cap. Chimney cap looks pretty good condition. The metal looks pretty good. They painted it at one point in time. They went ahead and this is your flue liner right here. And you see the separation, the gap here? That's so air can circulate, it doesn't superheat. But anyways, the gap is a solid inch all the way around, so birds and whatnot can get in there. The customer at some point in time went ahead and have a half-inch hardware cloth. That's what this is, added on to prevent anything from getting in there, which is good, because it is a major expense and a major pain if you get anything that squirrels. This one's probably a little bit too small for a squirrel to get in, but there are some birds that can wiggle their way in here if the screen isn't on here. It's a major expense if that happens to you. So a little bit of upfront cost to get something, or even if you can do this yourself, preventative, an ounce of prevention beats a pound of cure. Looks to me like you got some blistering of the paint. That indicates to me that they probably applied paint directly onto the galvanized metal and without using any type of primer, and it's blistering up. It's actually peeling up. You got some rusting going on, but the rusting is very minor. So this Chasetop is actually in pretty good condition. Everything I'm seeing up here is in pretty good condition. Counter flashing in the roof. There are some soft spots walking around. Whenever you're on top of these shingles or whatnot, you can't help but to notice something like that. Some of the trim pieces probably use some caulking, re-caulking done on that. I mean, if you're up here doing that other work with caulk, why wouldn't you go ahead and expend a little bit of more energy, 10 or 15 more minutes, putting more caulk in? Why not? It does make sense not to, or to have whoever your service provider is do it also. Walking all the way around, basically on a scale of 1 to 10, other than the fact that all the wood on the outside of this fireplace probably, although it probably lasts another 3 to 5 years, it is one of those things that you probably, if this was your fireplace, would have to start thinking that sooner or later, start budgeting for replacing all this. I mean, because you got some rotted material here and it's working its way up higher all the way around, and that's all the way around the entire surface area of the exterior of the chimney framing. So cost-wise, if you're doing hardy material, I don't know. If you're getting everything replaced, not counting the metal components, just the siding and everything, just a guesstimate down in the Houston area, which is where this particular fireplace is, I would say materials and labor, something like this easily done run you $500 to $900, depending upon if you find any hidden defects, like if you have any rotted 2x4s for the framing inside there, or if you have any other damage that's unforeseen. I mean, it's hard to see, and that's not even counting the flashing. If you got to redo the counter flashing down in the Houston market area, easily to counter flash a chimney like this, even though it's a one-story house, $750, $900 all day long, if not more. I haven't priced one of those out for a while, but roofing companies are making a fortune down here, and nothing is cheap. So once again, looking at this again, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd give this bad dad a solid 8.5 for sure. I mean, there's some little knick-knack stuff to do, touch up on the painting, but fire worthiness, at least from the outside, and water worthiness from the outside, looking good. I would definitely put it in the plans to get all the storm collar scraped down and re-caulked within the year. I mean, now that if the customer is made aware of that, or if you're made aware of that, or you see that, this is definitely something not to put on the to-do list and forget about it. I mean, this is something that with a razor knife or a scraper, you can scrape this off pretty easily, especially with a roof like this, and reapply caulk. I use Dynaplex, which they sell that at Home Depot. It's like $6.87 a tube. One tube is all you're going to need. All said and done, you're looking at maybe 30 minutes to an hour of your time scraping it, and 10 minutes to apply the caulk, and $7 worth of $7 in tax for the tube of caulk if you have a caulk gun. So, and maybe at the same time you come up with some steel wool or whatnot and repaint this. That wouldn't be a bad idea. A pint of that paint, if you get the primer in one, run you about $20. Throwaway brush, that'll take you another 15 to 30 minutes to do that. That's an ounce of prevention there. Once again, if you have a fireplace chimney and you're up top looking at it, and you're seeing anything that I'm kind of pointing out on this one, on yours, there are easy things to do. If you can't do them yourself, you want to go ahead and hire a professional to do them, preferably someone that's actually a chimney sweep, someone that's actually been in business for a while, and probably you're going to have better success if you hire a sole proprietor versus some company that has a few laborers that come out and just try to upsell you a bunch of stuff to pad their paycheck. Once again, I'm going to turn this off and we'll go ahead and download it. Appreciate your viewing.